Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Lotus, Lotus the Sage. I was about to say welcome back to the stage. I have no idea why. Anyways, I appreciate your time. So I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be in your energies. A couple of things I wanted to actually say before we get into the description of what we're doing today. I was looking back on some of my readings, and I don't always watch mine until like weeks or months later. Because I usually do a reading for myself during the time too, but just to look back on them. Anyway, long story short, I find that as my life is, everything is very much about the long game for me. And it takes me a while sometimes to get to the bulk of the story or to the meat of what we're talking about. I end up finding that I get a lot of like background information, so to speak. And then by the time I get like past that midway point to the end, the picture starts to solidify for me. So the explanations are much clearer, and it might come out, excuse me, a little bit more eloquently. Hence the reason why I like to edit my videos in particular, because of the fact that it takes me a long time sometimes to get there. So please be patient with, I suppose, my formula of channeling, of reading, of still finding a cohesive way to interpret what I'm being given and also what I'm feeling and seeing. So please don't forget to like and comment if you if you feel so. Anyway, I can tap into that energy more easily, or to your energy more accurately, is what I feel. And I wanted to say too that when there are certain things that are being said to me, I wanted to sort of give you a description of what that feels like for me. Like my voice in my head as I'm talking to you, and I have other thoughts that are coming in as I'm talking to you. It's a very clear place in my brain, in my feeling in my brain of where that thought's coming from. I hope that sort of metaphor makes sense. And when I'm receiving messages, it comes from a completely different part of my brain. In the description or the metaphor I gave you. Let's say, for example, my brain is here, I'm talking to you as we speak, there's other thoughts coming in here. Generally speaking, if I'm getting things, they'll come from the back here, like the back side of my right ear, but more back of my skull. Like it's a different sound, a different resonance, and it's just different. And it's too quick, I can't really think about what's being said. I have to hear it, then I have to, or see it, interpret it, find the right words. Sometimes I don't even have the right words to describe it in the moment as I'm feeling it. It's very difficult. So again, why I say please bear with me, and I appreciate your time. That's why I say it all the time in the beginning. It just takes me a while to fully interpret, since these are fairly new gifts to explain, as opposed to just feeling and knowing, you know? To articulate what you're actually feeling, as we all know, it's very difficult sometimes. So blah, 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 blah. Going into our reading now. So today's reading is going to be Light the Darkness, Pave the Path. So we're looking at what part of your masculine and feminine energies that are shadowy, let's say, that they're asking you to light or to focus on or to look at. Then we'll look at what we need to do, sort of, or what their suggestions are for you to pave that path. And then we'll look into maybe some specifics of what that path might be moving forward, or period. All right. Okay, my beautiful collective. These charms in the beginning are completely at random. They might fit into the reading, they may not, who knows. But this one for pile 1 is Love 2. Pile 2 is the music note. And pile 3 is the double heart. Okay, my lovelies, take a second, see which pile might be calling your energy, and I will see you at the choice. Ciao. Welcome, my pile 1, my love 2s. I think I'm going to leave you right here. I'm going to spread out your cards. Okay, my beautiful collective of pile 1, let us see your masculine energy first, which is going to be this column over here. So you can read it if you like. I'm going to read it to you. Pause it if you like, I mean. I forgive myself for thinking I need proof I have chosen correctly before I am allowed to enjoy what I have. Interesting. So we're going to read the choose to believe after. So the first two lines are going to, the first two tarot cards are going to correspond to the first two lines of this message. So we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Eight of Wands. Which is actually really fitting, considering it's saying for thinking I need proof, I have chosen correctly before I'm allowed to enjoy what I have. That Ten of Pentacles of that abundant nature that satisfied, that complete, and it being in the reverse of sort of not appreciating or not having, or it not being, again, appreciated in some way. And I don't necessarily think it's in a way that, it's almost like you're forcing yourself to, humble's not the right word. It's not like you don't have humility. That's not what I'm referencing here, but it's sort of like you're forcing yourself to be overly humble instead of just enjoying what you have because you've worked at what you had. You don't need to feel sorry for yourself because somebody else doesn't have what you have. In other words, also, it's an interesting feeling I'm getting here. But that's what this Eight of Wands is making me think. It's like, please enjoy what you have because all moments are fleeting. That's the energy that I'm getting. Interesting. And then it says, I choose to believe that what is happening now is precisely what should be happening. And I align with my deepest desires when I allow myself to enjoy what is already mine. Enjoy what is already yours. Three of Pentacles. What you've worked at, exactly like I said, what you've built, what you've created. The foundation. And then you have Temperance. Yeah. The balance of knowing when to appreciate what you've worked at and not feeling guilty for your achievements. There's a big emphasis on that. That is a part of your masculine shadow right now. Not being ashamed of your accomplishments, regardless of what area this is, but it really does feel financially, materially based. Also masculine energy too, but that's where this shadow light needs to be shone. Okay, let's see your feminine energy. Again, you can pause if you like. It says, I forgive myself for looking to others for directions as to where I should go next. Then we have the Spirit of Pentacles, which is the King of Pentacles in the reverse. And the Nine of Wands in the reverse. There is a deep feeling here underneath all of this about not trusting your power, of not trusting your value, of the actual weight, effect, and influence that you have on others and your environment. They said your presence is always lacked, felt, or missed. So in whatever energy that is, you create. Again, there's a weight to you. There's an importance to your existence, my love, to your divine essence. So stop looking outside of yourself for the strength that is already within you, and stop hiding away from what you know you can accomplish or have accomplished or will accomplish or need to accomplish. Wow. I choose to believe that my path is uniquely paved and I can find my way through active self-reflection and deep self-connection. There it is. That my path is uniquely paved. And you can find that through your active self-reflection, which is, I feel like you should do. I think you know this about yourself. It's just, I feel like it's a matter of believing. The Nymph of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. And the Nymph of Cups, the Page of Cups. Again, I still feel like it's a believe that you can do it. It's like, take that action, my lovely, and I actually feel that you should have a little bit of impulsivity to this feminine energy. So the shadow side here is not allowing yourself to fully shine, to not really recognizing the full depth of what you are to other people, or maybe not being able to fully see yourself clearly in some regard. And I'm almost feeling like you've gotten to a point where it's like one more level and you could like master something, and you either stopped, you were prevented somehow, or I've been getting this energy a lot, not wanting to outshine something or someone. And you chose to some degree to like keep yourself at a level. And this is the same energy within the masculine and feminine dichotomy here, or this yin yang energy. It's recognizing your full potential in what you've accomplished, what you can accomplish in this material third density, and then honoring and being receptive to what you are, who you are, how you operate, how you run and feel in the divine feminine flow. Beautiful. Okay, now let's see, how are we paving this path for you here? We have stars in the sky, limitless possibilities. So paving the path for you, my beautiful collective Pile 1, is taking those steps. You have limitless possibilities, so make those small movements, make the gesture, take action. Again, to believe in that. And that's what I was talking about, that there is a need for some sort of hastiness here, and this is what this feels like. Stars in the sky, the limitless possibilities, but take the step, make the action. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Exactly like your thing says, I'd love to. Just say yes. I'd love to. Okay, then we have the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, look at you. Slow moving, not sure. Lord of the Wild and Fertile Land. Yep. Then we have Four of Cups in the reverse. Lord of Blended Pleasures. And then we have the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Queen of the Thrones of Fire. Thrones of Flame. Wow, Jesus. So what they're telling me here, how to pave this particular path, since we're talking about this Four of Cups and it says Lord of the Blended Pleasures. And they're bringing blended to me when it comes to this energy of the masculine and feminine energy of the shadow. When you're able to blend this energy, when you have that confidence to take a more bold step into this possibility of you, this queen energy will be like at its full blaze, you know, at its full glory, roaring and in the direction it needs to go. Before I started your pile, I was in a meditation, and generally sometimes in my meditations I just allow spirit to take me where they want to take me, and I just go with it. And this time I was like running, and I'm like asking myself as I'm running, like, where are we running to? I'm like, does it matter? And I'm like, not really. So I just keep running. But I'm like, but where are we going though? Like, do I have an end, or am I just running to enjoy the air? Then I'm like, who cares? Let's just enjoy the air. So I'm running. This is the visual, okay? And then I hear running towards that light, running towards the light. And I'm like, sprinting. This is nothing about death. Sprinting. And then I dive into this light, like literally like into the light. And on the other side, I come out like this fairy. I have like these 4 sets of wings, and I'm just like flying, you know? So like in full glory. This is probably your energy. You'd love to take this adventure, love to jump into that light, love to come out, emerge, love to spread your wings and fly. Balanced. You know, that's the way to pave this path. Okay. Let's see what this path is about now, my loves. You have the Earth Guardian, stay rooted and grounded. Interesting. And then we have White Buffalo Woman, peace. So Earth Dragon talks about making a commitment to the earth to stay grounded and rooted naturally and supported to make decisions based in strength and integrity. So a part of this path here, maybe this is why that visual came in the meditation, was that running on the earth before you can take off. You have to root this down before this anything else can fully get to that full mastery, to that 10 of Pentacles in the upright. The white buffalo woman says you are encouraged to find a more peaceful and connected way to live. A regular spiritual practice will transform you for the better. Connect more deeply with your own rituals of peace. So my love, the main energy here for you of what this particular path is grounding it in and living in harmony within self so that you can have all the possibilities that is your birthright. That's really what I want to get at. Okay, let's see what else we got here. And we have the second house. When we talked about money, resources, material, your assets, finances, and the things that you value. The things you value, you also included peace on this earth. Before you can elevate, before you can take off. This is interesting, my love. So a part of lighting your darkness and paving your path for you is about materially grounding in this density of finding the balance of the masculine and feminine energy, the spiritual and the material world, of creating what you want step by step, small increments, not being afraid, not being too resistant or hesitant, and leaping into that, quantum jumping into this new reality that you seek for yourself, while you're allowing that buffalo woman and white buffalo woman energy to keep you peaceful in mind and body, and that earth guardian is helping you stay rooted and grounded while you're developing and maturing and strengthening your wings, so to speak. Let's see what else we got. The journey, absolutely. Change, Occupation. Adjudication. And thoughts. So this particular path of yours, my love, is about this journey for you, this change within, the change again within either the way that you look at work, your own personal value, things that you value, what your decisions will be now based on this new information, this new calibration within yourself, the thoughts that develop again within you about what you value, what makes you stay grounded, what brings you into the front, into the limelight, into the spotlight, or into the recognition of your own power. It's beautiful. I love it. Okay, let's see if there's anything else I want to add to this path. Over journey, you have the fox. I'll show you in a sec. Over change, you have the letter. Over occupation, you have the garden. Over the adjudication, you have the clouds. And over thoughts, you have the stork. So over the journey, you have the fox here, and I think it's talking about two energies. You having to be sly, cunning, resilient, resourceful, disciplined, and also being mindful of the foxy thoughts, they said, like the ones that are going to be a little too slick for you, that might throw you back into a cycle of thinking you are less than or not capable of doing. Just be mindful of those energies on this particular journey, but I feel like it's developing a foxy-like style of confidence. I hope that makes sense. And then the change, over change, you have the letter, and that's information, communication, understanding, I also believe, because you're getting clarity in some way, possibly. And that clarity comes comes with the change and comes as a catalyst for the change. So lots to be learned, lots to be discussed, and lots to discover. And then over occupation, you have the garden. And that's gatherings, that's community, that's people, that's conversation, that's out in the open, that's internet, that's worldwide, that's expansion in some way. So how are we expanding this particular belief, this value, your worth, your material possessions, your abundance, whatever you're seeking? Over adjudication, we have clouds, which talks about a confusion. And again, with trying to make a decision or a decision's been made, it feels like a decision to move away from the confusion. Maybe your work has been too crowded, too many people, too many voices. Maybe there's that. Maybe it has been something else, you know, but the clouds feels like if it's with adjudication, to me, it feels like there's going to be an answer to this particular confusion, this doubt in you. Again, information, clarity. I feel like it's coming in for you. And then over thoughts, you have the stork, which is new beginnings. And I also feel like deliveries of information, deliveries of something wanted, good news, joy, but thoughts of an understanding of this newness about to begin for you. So that is your beautiful reading, my collective of Pile 1. Lighting the darkness, paving your path. Please let me know if this resonated. I'm sending you so much love. Thank you so much for your time. Until next time, keep watering your lives. Ciao. Welcome, my Pile 2s who chose a music note. We're going to spread out your cards. All right, my collective of Pile 2, let's see what your lighting the darkness of your masculine side, which will be this column, and then this will be your feminine energy. So the first side, you can pause if you like to read. I'm going to read it to you. It says, I forgive myself for thinking that just because I am capable of doing it all on my own, I should. So the first two tarot cards over here are going to correspond to the first line of I forgive myself, and let's see what they are. We have the Six of Wands in the reverse. And the Seven of Cups in the reverse. What I'm feeling first from this, my beautiful collective of Pile 2, is that you have a hard time giving up control or responsibility because with love, you don't necessarily think somebody will do it as good as you or do it properly. That's what I'm hearing first. And that part of your character is what they're asking you to sort of loosen that grip when it comes to that controlling of things in the masculine energy. And I just heard allow people the opportunity to prove you wrong. In a good way, you know? They're also making me feel like you don't have to, again, the choices don't all have to be on your shoulders. Again, it's about that responsibility and the control. There's something a heavy emphasis on that. Excuse me. Then it says, I choose to believe that when I allow myself to fluidly receive from my environment, I am capable to amplify the loving impact I have on the world. Receive, fluidly receive from your environment. Exactly. Then you have the Five of Pentacles with the Nine of Pentacles in the reverse. This is interesting. It's like because of the fact that you are in a sense of, to a degree, my lovely, undervaluing the people or the resources around you. That's what this feels like. Release the control, give up some of the responsibility, trust in their own capabilities, and trust that they have your best interest at heart. They know what you want and like, and they're here to support and help you. No matter what, take the help. Interesting. Okay, let's see what the female energy has to say, or the feminine, excuse me. Pause if you like. It says, I forgive myself for expecting it all to somehow fall apart whenever I am faced with a challenge. Very fitting. Very fitting. We have the Sun. And again, I did not want to use the word, but I'm trying to reframe that structure of ego, right? So we all know that ego is needed and useful and helpful for us, but it also can be a defense mechanism. And this is where I feel this is being played out. I feel like, again, when I was saying that only I would be able to do it well or properly, there's something about I'm the only one who can do this. There's a very strong feeling of that. It's all on me. And then the mystic in the reverse, which is the Hierophant in the reverse. It's like you've taken on that responsibility. They just said you are misinterpreting the use of your power. They're also talking about following rules and not needing rules to be so rigid, or trying to change your perspective or definition of rules, of dominance, of boundary. Because there's something about these particular set of rules or certain things that are affecting the way that you view the situation or people around you, which means that you're the only one who can do this, has to do with certain things needing to be shaken, to be re-examined, to be re-looked at. Is it still working? Is it still functioning? It's not, because you're not in a place of peace, of balance, of rest, of reciprocity in your eye. It's a big feeling of don't sweat the small stuff, like quite literally. And I feel that everything is a little overly particular, that doesn't allow room for some of this creativity and life and freedom and harmony and reciprocity to flow back and forth, to ebb and flow. Interesting. Then we have, I choose to believe that even challenging circumstances serve to support me as they bring with them the offering of a renewed perspective. Exactly. I didn't even read it yet. A renewed perspective. Exactly what we were talking about here. The challenging circumstances serve to support you, to bring you an offering of a renewed perspective. This is exactly it, exactly. The Ace of Pentacles, that renewed or anew perspective. And Six of Wands, yeah, getting the victory properly now is what I feel. You know, understanding that, understanding how to use the power. As they said, the misinterpretation will be clarified, but you have to really embrace the challenging circumstances that you might find yourself in when it comes to this shadow elements of your masculine and feminine expression. Beautiful. Okay, let's see how to pave this particular path of yours. We have Feast of Plenty, choices and their consequences. Yes, this is literally it, my love. Choices and your consequences. And this is echoing back to this energy of the choice to believe that you are the only one that can complete this task, do this thing in the way that it needs to be done, for it to be done right, etc., etc. All of that extra burden on yourself and not giving credit or the belief that it can be done another way, even that your way is not necessarily the only way that it can be efficiently completed. This is talking about don't debate the right or wrongness, just choose. And it's either you want to choose to stay uncomfortable and without harmony in some regard to what you're trying to create peace in. It feels like an environment. It can be home, it can be work, it can be something else, partnerships, etc. Interesting. Then we have the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse, Lord of Prudence. Then we have the Three of Swords, Lord of Sorrow. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, Lord of Wealth. What I heard is how to pave the path is you have to let go. You have to let go of whatever grip that is clenching so much that you can't even open your fist anymore. Like it's that thing that you are afraid to release, that is the thing that needs to be surrendered to. Whatever that, however, or whatever that is that's playing out in your life. You've been resisting the change that's been fighting its way in, is what they just said. There is a brand new opening for you that they want you to walk towards. So they say, please choose to be free. The consequence of that choice of freedom is soul liberation. Wow. Wow, let's see what this path is about, my loves. Okay, we have the Hunter. Track down your fears and desires. Absolutely. This is what this is all about here. It's making the choice to either step into that fear, or stay in the fear, or stay in the lack mentality, or step into that full desire, that full balance, the liberation of your own soul. Lakshmi, prosperity, yeah. Yeah. So financial aspects are maybe at the forefront of this particular path. Again, like I said, can be work, can be family, can be relationships, any type. Your prosperity will improve. You can be physically and spiritually rich, so do not forget that. Ethics are necessary for real success. And this is here. Heavy emphasis on career and career goals. But the ethics here, this is what they're talking about. Ethics of you, the balance of power, how it's being delegated, how it's being received, what you actually want to create. Loosen the grip. Loosen that grip. And then you have Venus. Yeah, you got to embrace love. You got to bring some more love into it, some more compassion. The part of you that desires beauty, success, indulgence, and valuables. Also, all about the same energy, you know? But there is a sense of needing to bring a little bit more love into the scenario and soften up the edges. What else we got? Privileged lady. That is you, my friend. This is where I feel like your energy is coming from. With the most respect, you know? It's like you're coming from a different perspective, and it's almost like you're unrelatable now. Or that's the projection or the feeling that people might be getting from you, or what you might be thinking about, or how you're feeling people's energy. You know, like this, a complainer almost, they might feel like your energy. Like, well, what is this person complaining about? It got done, or they have all of this. What are they sad about? It's that kind of stuff. It's like, choose your peace now. And then bring in some more love and compassion to wherever the shadowy parts of you that you need to readdress, relook at, renew the perspective. Then message. I feel like this is what's happening now, like of the energy that's happening now, the gossip or the communication or the unrest. Then we have message of concern. Yeah, speaking of, like that's exactly what it feels like. It's what's happening now. This is what's coming in, or what has come in already for you. But part of this path here is for you to come out of a particular perspective in particular, very specifically. It's like it's a call to you now. It's like, will you hear it this time? Will you see it this time? I just heard it's like the energy of a king ignoring the needs of its kingdom or its people. And you haven't been listening to what they've been really saying. That's what it feels like, speaking of music. You haven't been hearing the tune that they're singing. Interesting. Toil and labor. Wow, what I'm telling you. What am I telling you here? This is where this part of this path where you have to light the shadow to pave the path. Light the shadow aspect of you for you to help this scenario. To bring prosperity to where they haven't been listened to in some way. Wow, this is feeling very like, wow, poverty. I'm telling you, it's like a class thing here. It's a definite class thing here, or hierarchy, or again, the higher ups, the bosses and the employees. It's that kind of energy. There's something that's not being heard. And for you, my lovely of Pal 2, if this Pal resonates when it comes to what part of you needs to light the darkness to pave the path, this is where your answers are. but this is the particular path they're referencing. You know, so let's see what else they got over here. Wow. Overprivileged lady, the Tower, I'll show them to you in a second, which talks about work, long-term, legacy, authority. Then you have the Fish, over message, finances, money, resources. Then you have the Birds, again, talk, gossip, communication, chatter, over message of concern. Then you have the Heart, over toil and labor, when I was talking about bringing some more love into that, some more compassion. And over poverty, you have the House. This is it. This is the house, the workhouse, you know? Anyways, overprivileged lady, the Tower, the higher up, the boss, the CEO, the head honcho. That's you, my viewers, what I'm feeling. Even if this is not, no, it doesn't feel that way. It feels like this is my viewer. Like if we're talking about what we're lighting here in the darkness here, of the masculine feminine energy within you, this is a particular path we're talking about. We're talking about trying to build prosperity here in general and tracking down what's not been working for you. How do I pave this path? Because there's been a lot of dis-ease, discord, unrest in this environment. The message here is of fiscal matter. Maybe they're underpaid, they're undervalued. What we're talking about, haven't been hearing their concerns. What are they striking for? How much money are you making? What are you taking away? All of this stuff. This is the gossip. This is why the message of concern. There's going to be upheavals, uprisals, there's going to be protests, there's going to be petitions, there's stuff like that. And they're asking for, through these people who've been working for you, or in whatever capacity this environment plays out in your life, they're asking for more love and compassion here. They're asking for understanding, for hearing, for recognizing where they are in this scenario while making you wealthy, or while making you comfortable. But you are not comfortable in your spirit because you know something is off. And because there is poverty in your home. This is the home that you're trying to build, that prosperity. There is a lack here. There's a lack of I wanted to say humanity. I wanted to say harmony at the same time. I was looking for harmony. But there is something that's happening here, and they want you to address it. Choices and their consequences. Do not be afraid to make a wrong choice, but you do have to listen to the other side to find a better answer. But you need to take that time and this challenging circumstance to serve and support, to bring an offering of renewed perspective, and to allow allow yourself to fluidly receive from your environment. You know, that it's able to amplify the loving impact that you can have on their world also, and on this environment in general. Oh, my beautiful collective, I hope that was helpful, and I hope that gave you the answers you're seeking. I'm sending you so much love. Please let me know if this resonated. Until next time, keep plotting your lives. Ciao. Welcome my pal 3 who chose the double heart. I'm going to spread out your cards. All right, my beautiful collective of pile 3, let us see what needs to be lighting. Wow. Let's see your masculine feminine energy about what needs to be lit in the darkness of, which will be the masculine side here and the feminine energy here. Let's see what we got. You can pause if you like. It says, I forgive myself for shaming myself for my divine animalistic desire to ensure my survival. So the 2 tarot cards over here are going to give us some more context into the first sentence, or the first message, I should say. 8 of Swords. Excuse my freezer, that's my fridge. And 8 of, wow, and Strength. You got 2 8s, and the infinity sign is very significant. Okay, so how fitting, like speaking about shaming yourself for your animalistic nature to survive. It's like overthinking about your strength. It's overthinking about what you need to feel comfortable, feel stable, feel strong, feel supported, feel sturdy. And I'm hearing almost like a blow on your character. That's what I'm feeling, like somebody has made you feel less than or too much. Let me put it that way. Somebody's made you feel like you're too much. temper your passions, temper your aggression. That's kind of what I'm hearing. And my stomach just ferociously started growling right now. Wow. Okay. And then it says, I choose to believe that when I have compassion for how I behave, when I feel threatened, I cultivate the self-awareness required to live more authentically. And that's it. You have the the Page of Pentacles in the reverse. And Justice. I just heard, don't quiet yourself, my love. I feel like it feels like somebody's telling you to like temper your temper. You know, it's like, it's something about like you're too emotional, too passionate, too aggressive, too something. And what I feel Spirit is trying to help you embrace, to accept, is this part of you that when you do feel threatened, that in a sense, the claws come out. And they either want you to address what that trigger might be for you, or trying to find balance within the belief of, do you think it is too much? Does it get the results that you want? Does it shut you down? But within that awareness, you will find that truth that will allow you to live more authentically in and comfortably within whatever power that you choose to embody. And they want me to bring up the channeling I had, or the meditation I had before I started with you guys. I got you throwing like dirt or throwing stuff. And then I was like, what are you throwing it at? And then it was a house, but I didn't see what's in the house. It was just a window with a light on. And you were throwing it at that window. And then the scene changed where there's a bouquet of red roses and you were stomping on them. I feel like angry, bitter, not bitter in love, but hurt in love. And it might have to do with some sort of scandal or cheating or manipulation or gaslighting. This is just a side energy. So that's what showed up for you guys. Interesting. Let's see what the female energy, the feminine energy has to add. Again, you can pause if you like. It says, I forgive myself for attempting to solve other people's problems before I have solved my own. And I think this is where they're asking you to look at that authenticity or the self-awareness to live more authentically when you are triggered. What is that? And what problem are you actually trying to solve when it comes to your circumstances or this energy of you being too much in some way? Then we have the Four of Wands. And Awakening. So we have the Four of Wands and Judgment. So when it comes to for attempting to solve other people's problems, it's perfect. Like, you don't have to be the final authority is what they're saying. You don't have to be that judge and jury. They want you to really look at and be the judge and jury for yourself. Justice within yourself. There's something about turning the mirror back on you to really figure out why your responses and your reactions are the way that they are. Sorry. Then we have, I choose to believe that when I give myself permission to prioritize my needs, I invite and encourage others to prioritize themselves as well. And then you have Potential, which is the Fool in the reverse. And then Chance, which is the Wheel of Fortune. How beautiful. Yeah, it's like when you give permission to prioritize you, right? You. Look at you. Take a second to re-look at you. Reprioritize you. You're going to invite others to encourage, you're going to invite others and encourage others to look within themselves also. So that even if they are projecting, that they can look at themselves and rectify their own situations, find closure for themselves. There's something about that energy here, my lovely, about a restart, starting over again, of really reevaluating where these hurts are coming from. Especially it feels like a very masculine wound is what I'm getting here in particular, but this sort of need to fix and care for and nurture and overshare, and then it's almost like biting the hand that feeds you, not you, but that's what you feel like. It's like, I'm giving you all of this, but now you guys are attacking me, but then when I attack you, I'm too much. There's something about a balance here, a balance needed within, again, the feminine energy too, but for me, it feels more so in this masculine depiction of your strength and your triggers. Let's see what the path, or how to pave the path, excuse me. Skywriting the fates. It talks about things we can't change, talks about non-judgment. You have to explore certain aspects of your life that is unique to you and you alone. It doesn't mean that your path is easy, nor does it mean that it'll be treacherous. It's just certain parts of this particular path cannot be changed and must be radically accepted. And whatever that realization is within you, and you're prioritizing yourself, whatever you discover in the self-awareness is a part of that that cannot be changed. They're asking you to master the skills of non-judgment and take the chance. I'm feeling here they're asking you to go within for a while. That's what the feeling feels like. Go within for a while to seek the answers. We have the Nine of Pentacles, Lord of Material Gain, yeah, solo ventures. Then we have Six of Wands, Lord of Victory in the reverse. So sorry for my freezer, it just, fuck, it's annoying. Seven of Swords in the reverse, Lord of Unstable Effort. So a part of paving the path for you, my love, is practicing non-judgment, radical acceptance, going at certain things that you need to alone, self-reflection, letting go of ego, letting go of producing something, of accomplishing something tangible, so to speak. It's about small inner workings. It's about stabling your efforts within the self-awareness and self-realization and the prioritizing of what needs to be addressed within your own character. And interestingly enough, I'm not sure if this anger is justified, meaning not that you're not justified for the anger, but meaning like what you're feeling, the way that it comes out is a justified anger, but maybe the way that you are allowing it to be expressed isn't healthy, or it's coming out overly or too often, or to the same person, or something like that. There's something about that energy where it might be just be giving too much to somebody who cannot hold that space for you. Interesting. Let's see what this path is about. Magic Guardian. Unlock the magic within. And then you have Freya, Irresistibility. She wants to remind you that we're all irresistible in our own ways. Enjoyment is a natural part of life. Center yourself and be confident among this chaos. This is why they're asking you to unlock the magic within you. Unlock what has been a hindrance to the full completion of your particular awakening. The non-judgment of self that steps into the realization of true self. Again, of your true divine essence. Then we have Uranus. Yes. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening, just as I said. You know, this is a part of the path of this particular path for you, my pal 3s, is about your ascension, awakening. Your awakening journey. Awakening of the heart, they just said also the breaking down of the heart to rebuild it, is what I just heard. Stabilizing your thoughts, recognizing your full potential, going at a particular part of it alone and trusting in the fates, destiny, and things that are unchangeable, which will allow yourself to see your own unique style of magic and I heard transfiguration. Interesting. What else do we got here? We have mature woman, main male, house. This is, again, this is this feeling of the balancing of the masculine and feminine within you is what I feel. The feminine energy is, I feel, a little bit more advanced or mature within you, and the masculine energies, like I was talking about, has a little bit more needs a little bit more focus, when it comes to the home, the house of you, or in your actual home environment. But it feels like the house of you. Wealthy man. Yeah, there's something about that, the masculine dominance side of you, whatever that is, about accomplishing something, about worth, about how you use your strength or use your I'm hearing like education or knowledge. You can change the dynamics into one that you're seeking, as opposed to one that you're just experiencing. Not sure what that means or who that's for. And then high honor. Beautiful. Yeah, and that's what I feel like. I feel like this main male energy, they're asking about, asking for you to, I guess maybe that's what they're talking about, to transfigure this energy into the wealthy man mentality of comfortability within one's pursuits, this high honor of knowing, the maturing of the masculine energy within the self, this need for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening to balance out these energies for you to pave this particular path. To find the victory that you're truly seeking. I love it. Okay, over mature woman, we have the birds. Excuse me, they said not yet. Apologies. Okay, for mature women, we have the stars. Over main male, we have the fish. Then we have the key over the house, the coffin over the man, and the tree over high honor. So the stars over mature woman, again, stepping into a particular light, emotional maturity, an advancement within, again, a leveling up. Same thing here, an advancement in abundance seeking, again, material possessions with this main male energy. The key is in the home, the solidifying within self. Excuse me, I didn't show you this. And the key is in the home, solidifying within self, balancing out both energies, finding peace within. The coffin over the wealthy man is, again, initiating into this belief system, into this acceptance, into this knowledge, into this understanding, ending a particular way of being through the understanding and self-awareness to step into this high honor of wealthy man for the longevity with this tree, legacy, ancestral help, to long-term health also. You wanting to create, a better, stable atmosphere, environment, home within self, period. Unlock that magic within. The irresistibility that you are and also that you're seeking has a lot to do with prioritizing the needs, your needs, which invites others to prioritize themselves and to cultivate the self-awareness required to live more authentically. This is what this is. And they want you to live in that full glory, that full abundance, your natural birthright. And to ease some of this heartache I felt from you guys in the beginning. Okay, my beautiful collective, I hope that was helpful and I hope that resonated. I am sending you so much love. Please keep watering your lives. Until next time, ciao.